Is it possible to have a policy with no coverages? We're going to answer that question and explore the possibilities of an all risk policy today. What's up? You're watching Tito Talks non-life insurance discussions once again with me, your favorite Tito Miguel, who loves to make non-life insurance discussions easier to understand for both agents and clients. Magandang Wednesday evening po sa atin lahat. Thank you so much for joining us today for another session. Pasensya na po, I was a little bit serious last Monday. It's been a long weekend, but don't worry, we are back to normal today and back on track as scheduled. And if you could remember our session last week, Wednesday, I left you guys with a question saying, is it possible to have an insurance policy with zero coverages? Well, Miguel, if your policy has zero coverages, that would make it useless, diba? Well, you're not wrong on that point, Miguel. The obvious purpose of an insurance policy is to actually cover something. Therefore, if an insurance policy does not cover anything, why have the policy in the first place at all? But you'll find that this question is answered with a yes. Yes, there is a type of policy that does not have any coverages, and that is known as an all-risk policy. Interested to know more? Now, as the namesake says, an all-risk policy, although it says an all-risk policy, it doesn't have any coverages. And I know that's a little bit confusing at first, but hear me out. An all-risk policy is a policy, like the name says, covers all risk. I'm not kidding. Yes, there are policies that you can obtain that can actually cover you from anything and everything imaginable under the sun. Of course, with certain restrictions. Of course, with certain limitations. But we'll get to that in a while. We have to discuss first, what exactly does an all-risk policy do? Now, for starters, an all-risk policy is the type of policy that doesn't have any specific list of coverages. You're not going to find that in an all-risk policy. What you are going to find in usual motor car and property policies, if you can notice that they enumerate the perils that are covered, right? You get coverage from accidental turning, collisions, fire, burglary, and all that sort of stuff. Now, these types of policies are called named peril policies. And just like the namesake, they're called named peril policies because the perils that are covered are named, enumerated in black and white. You know exactly what the policy is going to do for you and what the policy covers you against. On the other hand, an all-risk policy actually operates a little bit differently because it does not have a portion of a named peril section. So you don't find any named perils there, but it is understood that almost every peril is covered. That's what the all-risk policy is for. Really, Miguel? Everything is covered? Alien invasion, attack from mutated crocodiles, what you call this, invasion from other countries, anything I can imagine? Well, technically, no. Not everything you can imagine. One thing that in an all-risk peril and a named peril policy have in common is the fact that they still have exclusions. That's right. Even if you have an all-risk policy, you're still subjected to exclusions, which is what the claims team actually looks at when they're dealing with an all-risk policy. Instead of checking if the incident is one of the perils that is covered, the claims team simply checks if the incident is actually part of the exclusions. Now, you may be wondering what type of exclusions these may be. They could vary from time to time, they could vary from type to type, depending on the type of insurance you're talking about. But usually you're going to be talking about general exclusions. And when we say general exclusions, these are exclusions that are always not part of the deal, no matter what type of insurance you're talking about. For example, war risks, invasion risks, Also, you've got fissionable materials, radioactive materials, so on and so forth. These are usually not covered in most insurance policies. So, therefore, you can also find them in an all risk policy. At the bottom line, they're still going to be there. However, with the flexibility of an all risk policy, once you've checked that the incident is not part of the exclusions, whatever that may be, again, as you mentioned before, Miguel, if meteorites fall onto your house, if aliens suddenly attack, mutated crocodile suddenly invaded, sure, why not? They're not in the exclusions, right? Then they're covered. Well, Miguel, where can I find and where can I buy these all risk policies? Excellent question. Now, usually, an all risk policy is an option available if you ask your underwriter. They can be applied to various types of insurances. That means you can get a motor car policy that is an all risk policy, a property policy that is an all risk policy, so on and so forth. Although these will be very, very rare because most of the coverages that you have in a named peril policy already suffice for what you need most of the time. On the more common end of things, the EAR, known as the Erection All Risk Policy, and the CAR, known as the Contractors All Risk Policy, which fall under engineering insurance, you can check out that video there, are already considered all risk policies. As you can imagine, a construction project will have a lot of potential risks, a lot of potential problems, which is why an all risk policy is better suited for them. And at the same time, there are certain types of marine insurance policies, marine cargo insurance policies to be exact, that could also be carried on out as an all risk policy. But on a technical level, you can get all risk policies for any type of line of business. However, you may want to consider the premium pricing because because you're going to get rid of the coverage section and you're going to cover absolutely almost everything that is not excluded. You're going to be looking at a really really high premium, so to speak. But nonetheless, the option is there available for agents as well as clients who really want to get the absolute best policy. Although as agents, it is absolutely important that when you are dealing and where you are issuing all risk policies to your clients, it's very important for you to be able to explain what an all risk policy is, how it is handled, and what exactly is covered, and more importantly, what exactly is not covered, because this will be the basis for most of your claims 99% of the time. I hope you enjoyed that session as much as I enjoyed giving it to you. And now we're going to talk about our question of the day, which should introduce us to our topic this coming Friday. And that question is going to be, are the workers of a construction project covered under the EAR or CAR policy? Let me repeat that one more time. Are the construction workers and foremen and contractors covered under the CAR or EAR of an engineering insurance policy? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you did like this video, please feel free to leave me a like, and of course, subscribe to our channel and help us grow and reach more people. Let me know what you think, let me know what you feel, and I hope to see you this coming Friday. So once again, this is your favorite Tito Miguel, always saying, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.